Hi everybody, this is Kathy Rain. A detective is born. This is a new point-and-click adventure that came out this year. Actually, this video is probably going up in 2017, so it came out in 2016. Anyway. Alright, so left mouse button, walk, interact with objects. Foods out of the notebook. Look at, Okay, good, there's a hotspot. That's all I need to know. I can't believe it! Somebody put a hotspot indicator into Adventure Game Studio. Finally.
Hey, you.
Hey. Oh, man. Oh, God, this is so comfy. I'm just gonna lie here and suffocate on my own vomit now.
I had a thing I wanted to tell you.
Uh-huh. This room sure looks different when it's spinning.
So, I was browsing through the used book ads in the paper when
Listen, Eileen, I'm totally excited about books right now, but...
Wait, hear me out! So, I noticed this article about a war veteran from Conwell Springs who just died. I remembered that you used to live there and everything, and...
Oh, how I wish for joyful, blissful sleep.
And get this! His name was Joseph. Joseph Rain.
What did you just say?
You knew him, right? I knew it! I knew you'd know him.
Yeah, he was my grandfather. Hey, wait a minute, I never told you where I grew up.
Oh, well, I might have sort of looked you up.
That is not cool, Eileen, seriously.
I just couldn't help myself.
Doxer.
Well, one of these days you're gonna help yourself to a restraining order.
I know. Well, anyway, you should know that the funeral is tomorrow.
Okay.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know. Good night, Eileen.
Good night, Kathy.
Real odd couple looked at that room.
Oh, God, make it stop. Looks like Eileen left a note for me here. Hi, Kat. Since it's such a long drive, I set the alarm so you won't miss the funeral. I'm so getting a new roommate. Well, I guess I should get going. I'm late enough as it is.
Wow, look at all those things.
Honestly, she can believe in what she wants. Looks handcrafted. That movie's not out yet. It's a promo poster Eileen got for being an extra. She tells everyone who walks in here the same joke. Spoiler alert, the boat sinks. Eileen makes her bed with surgical precision. Would be fun, but a bit too childish, even for me. I'm fairly sure it's about some guy who falls in love with his golden retriever. I think that movie is about a girl and a boy who hate each other at first, and then they fall in love for no reason at all. Oh, wait, that's every romantic comedy ever. Eileen's girly suitcase. There's a sticker on it with her full name, Eileen Mildred Summers. Mildred. Oh my God, I'm gonna get her for that. Eileen's closet, filled to the brink with inherited clothes. I can certainly see the appeal of blindly rummaging through Eileen's clothes, but...
Alright.
Color printer. Super fancy, apparently. Eileen borrowed it from school. I'm no geek, but I know how to use one. A computer, that... Our room phone.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't exactly have a phone number to use.
Nah. Nah, it's no fun when... The Thing. One of my... Pulp Fiction. Just some random... Help me get rid of my last two rooms.
Okay, let me check my...
I haven't written anything.
Oh.
NZ 500.
Stun gun's good. I'm glad some game acknowledged the fact that you want to have something if you go out. For a second I thought that was just something she was thinking about. Thinking about graves. Alright. Look at those tiny little pixels.
Well, here we are. God, Does anyone object? Guess not. Dead people rule. It says... a family mausoleum. No reason.
We are gathered here today to honor a person of great integrity, a pillar of the community, and a decorated war hero. His name was Joseph Irving Rain. We all remember his warm heart, his compassion, and his eagerness to help others. His passing, while our loss, is surely heaven's gain. Now we entrust our brother Joseph to God's mercy. We commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. In sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life, who will transform our frail bodies so they may be conformed to his glorious body.
I'm sure Kathy's
who
really
died,
in love with this
was buried,
speech.
and rose to him.
I mean, it's a funeral. What are you gonna do?
Oh, Kathy, you big baby. Just talk to her. Excuse me?
Have we met, hon? You look strangely familiar.
It's me. It's Catherine.
Catherine?
You don't recognize me? I guess it's been a while. I might be a bit taller than you remember me.
Kathy? Bless my soul. Look at you, all grown up. Oh, how I wish Joseph could see you now, finally coming home.
Let's hope he can. Wherever he is.
A comforting
There you
thought,
go.
dear. Lord, how long has it been? 10 years? 15?
15 sounds about right. I was 6 when Mom took me away.
Goodness. We have some catching up to do then. Listen, I'm not quite ready to leave yet, but why don't you join me at the house in half an hour?
Sure, I'd love to. I passed it on my way here. It shouldn't be too hard to find.
I'll see you soon then. I'm so glad you found your way back home.
Same here. See you in a bit. Mary Elizabeth Rain, my... The coffin is lowered, but the grave... Rest in peace, Grandpa. Conwell Springs. I never...
Oh, I was hoping for some funny, rhyming
I'm
things.
sorry for your...
Thanks.
If you wish to find God, the Church of the Holy Trinity...
Oh,
is
what, just
always
because
open.
she has ripped
Is that
jeans?
so?
Here, have a brochure.
And what makes you so sure I'm on a sinful path, Father? Wouldn't you say that prejudice is but a small step from the 7 big ones?
Yeah.
I simply meant that we are all sinful...
Don't get your hope.
I'll pray for you.
Grandma! Cute red horse. A mere single pair of boots on display. Nice black leather.
Oh, hello, dear. I was just wondering what took you so long.
Sorry,
Hey,
I
come
couldn't
on.
resist taking that old wheelchair for a spin. Oh, don't give me that look. I put it back.
You haven't changed one bit. Always kidding around, just like when you were little. Come, have a seat. So, now, tell me about your life in the city.
Oh, there's not much to tell. I'm going to school for journalism. It's my second year. I ride a motorcycle in case you missed it there out front.
Ah, that's right. Just like your father.
Yeah, I suppose.
I must ask, have you heard anything from your father? Anything at all?
No, nothing since he bailed way back then.
I expected as much. He disappeared without a trace. No matter, that's ancient history. How's Sharon, then?
Mom is... I had her committed to a place where she could get some real help. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that. In spite of everything that happened when she took you away.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry I didn't visit sooner, Grandma. Mom, she told me all these horrible lies about you and Grandpa. When I was old enough to understand what she was doing, I felt like it was much too late.
It wasn't your fault, dear. You were a child.
Me too. So, what about you? How have you been doing all these years?
I've been lonely ever since the accident.
What accident?
Goodness gracious. Of course you don't know. She took you away before it all happened.
Don't know what.
I will never forget that dreadful day. August 16th, 1981. It was the middle of the night when Sheriff Truman knocked on our door. He had Joseph with him. I couldn't even recognize Joseph at first. All dirty and wet with an awful blank stare on his face. Since that day, he never spoke a word. Forever confined to that blasted wheelchair.
Really? For all this time?
It came as a shock to all of us.
That's horrible, Grandma. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, dear.
Why do you think Grandpa suddenly left that night in 81?
I haven't the faintest idea. He acted very peculiar not long before it happened, disappearing for hours at a time. At first, I even suspected he was having an affair. When I asked him about it, he just said he was chasing old demons. It must have had something to do with the war.
Or he's a demon hunter.
Maybe it was post-traumatic stress disorder? Grandpa always had a hard time showing weakness.
I don't know, dear. I'm just speculating. I didn't think too much of it at the time. Joseph was a man of few words. I'm sure he just didn't wish to burden me with it, whatever it was.
What did the doctors have to say about Grandpa's condition?
Persistent vegetative state. That's what they call it. I've heard it all by now. One doctor said it was a stroke. Another claimed it was a seizure. It's all a load of tripe. I had an MRI performed on Joseph.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yes, well, according to the scan, his brain was completely intact. They thought it was a technical problem at the time, some kind of glitch. But the result was the same after 3 different scans on 3 different machines. Eventually, they had to confess that they simply had no credible explanation for the state he was in.
And this injury just happened to occur on the very same night he mysteriously disappears?
Indeed.
What did Sheriff Truman have to say about the matter?
Not much. He said they simply found Joseph in that condition on the outskirts of town. The sheriff was convinced there was some kind of foul play involved, but the investigation turned up nothing. He later said that he was sorry, but that he was forced to close the case.
You know, I could try to find out more about this.
You're welcome to try, dear.
Okay, I think I'll head over to the sheriff's station for a little chat then. Would be nice to witness police doing some actual police service for once.
Sure, you go ahead.
Oh, I can show stuff like Phoenix Wright.
I don't want to show her that. I don't want. What do you think about this church, Grandma?
They seem harmless to me, but they can be a bit pushy at times.
Huh, you could say that. Handing out pamphlets at funerals is in pretty bad taste.
Awfully strange behavior for a priest, I'll give you that.
Bye, Grandma.
So long.
Booze, yeah.
It would be kind of funny.
Aw.
A robust peep. I used to love digging through those drawers with Grandpa and me. We had this game, never in the app. Planes. Grandpa in his Air Force uniform. Planes? Plane?
I thought that would
Some
be different.
woman dressed That's my great-grandfather, Eric Wren. Planes?
Planes, and automobiles.
Nice leather chair. Freckles, the old farm cat, used to love that thing. A decent-sized book collection. I remember playing with that.
Alright.
I shouldn't over...
Oh. Alright. Very well. More story.
Some young cop. Hi.
Hello.
Do I have to commit a crime to get your attention? Because I seriously will.
Ma'am, I'm really quite busy at the moment. Hey, wait. I know you.
I'm pretty sure
Yes, I do. You're Kathy. Kathy Rain.
my reputation precedes me.
Aw, come on. It's me, Lenny. Lenny Marks.
I'm drawing a blank.
Really? You don't remember us playing when we were little kids?
Not really.
Darn. Well, that's a bummer. Anyway, what can I do for you today?
I wanted to ask if you know anything about my grandfather's accident.
I really don't know much beyond the rumors. The sheriff may have more information, but even he probably doesn't know anything that isn't in the report. It happened before either of us worked here.
Okay, I think I'll have...
Sure thing.
I don't want to... Yeah. I don't... What's your...
I think it's a nice enough...
I don't know.
Yeah, I get your point.
If you say... Well, gotta...
See ya.
Bulletin
Various
boards always.
various-
Oh, I was hoping they would have random things.
A medieval fortress. A bunch of cop...
Alright.
That must...
Hey, Sheriff. What's the deal with...
Hello, Sheriff. Do you
Not really. Make it.
do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
He had a stroke in the woods. That's what happened.
If that's all there is, why would Sheriff Truman open an investigation?
It was just standard procedure. A general occurrence report always has to be filed.
I see. Did you know him at all?
No, I haven't been in town for long. Man sure has one hell of a reputation, though. It's been over a decade since he was put in that wheelchair, and people still talk about the man he used to be. It's like he was a cult leader or something.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory to me.
Could be, but you know what they say. Things too good to be true usually are.
Could I have a look at that report?
Absolutely not. They're official police documents.
Why not? I thought filed police reports are public record.
Not in this state, they ain't.
But I'm family. Doesn't that count for something?
You consider yourself family. I've never even seen you before in this town.
It's
Guess what's complicated? Not to mention illegal. Handing out evidence to anyone who asks for it.
Lenny, a little help here? Don't you agree that he's taking by the book too far?
Well, boss, she is his granddaughter, really.
Don't you think I know that? There are rules. Am I the only one in here who cares about the law?
Too much coffee? Try.
You want to see the inside.
Oh, cuff me, officer. Spare me the torment of your rhetorical questions and veiled threats.
Just follow the rules like everyone else.
Fine. Just some photo. A photo of the sheriff shaking hands with some bald, probably the mayor. Just some photo. A gold... Just some photo. I can't... Just some... Tons of miscellaneous file. Lots of police... Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Cap.
Hey, I need to see the police report from 81 when my grandfather was found by the old sheriff.
I'd love to help, Kathy. The files are right here behind me.
Okay. I don't want... Well, gotta...
See ya.
Looks like talking isn't gonna help me get that report. I wonder what...
How's the paperwork
Okay, I guess. Maybe halfway through.
Huh, very... Looks like it. Hey,
What? Thanks.
hey,
Hi there.
you need to keep the blonde...
I do?
$10.
I'd say my
9.
50.
8.
Fine.
7. Good.
So, what am I doing?
Distract that young cop in the lobby. I don't care how you do it, as long as you keep him occupied for a while.
Okay, then.
Will do. A jail cell. No wanted. No want. Just a bunch of... If I ever need to... I'll need to keep. Too heavy to carry around. Brilliant idea to leave those lying around next to evidence lo... Hey,
Hi there.
okay,
See you.
hey,
Hi.
so,
Is
is that...
yeah, I didn't mean to steal anything. I was just using my pockets to move the beer to the checkout.
That's the
For
word.
your information, I happen to...
I take my last statement.
Hey, it wasn't your father who was killed by... To be fair, mine wasn't either. It was just Uncle Bob. But that doesn't mean it was any less traumatic, mind you. To this day,
I think I've...
You're right.
Okay,
See?
Alright, time for a good old-fashioned distraction.
Hey, the jail is off limit.
oh, sorry. I think that guy in the cell needs some help. Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna... Okay, let's... Got it.
Get out from behind there. There you go. You're safe now.
Laney, I need you to do something.
How can I help, boss?
It's my mother's birthday this weekend. You'll have to get
Oh, I guess I have to, like... There.
All right.
Note to self. Remember, the perfect bouquet consists of 3 red roses, a blue violet, and 2 yellow tulips. I've been working on my research. I just don't want her to worry. She has enough to think about with Sharon. Anyway, I'm getting close. I have a theory, but I need help.
Wow. Okay. Weird. You didn't notice that time.
Hey, Kathy, wait.
What?
Do you eat foot? I mean, food?
Absolutely not. I feed on human misery. Relax, Lenny.
Oh, well, great. Can I buy you food sometime? And also buy food for me? And then maybe we can eat the food together.
I'm really busy right now.
Oh.
Back we go. We probably have to get permission first. So...
Oh. Mind if we...
Not.
Would you mind if I...
I suppose it would.
Thanks, Grandma.
You're welcome to.
Alright. Oh, there it is, light switch.
Nothing. The bulb looks burned out. The bulb looks...
The bubble. Okay, so there's... Alright.
Not a horrible idea, but I can't reach it. Besides, that light bulb looks like it would...
How about this one?
Free light...
Isn't it nice when a puzzle solution is right there? You don't have to go 10 screens away to get to it.
There we go. Various books and...
Briefcase, it draws my eye here. Oh.
A worn office chair. A thick...
Yeah, take that book.
Empty. Decade... an old type... Just some old... Nothing.
Ah.
It looks like someone was doing...
Ugh. So you have pi, Fibonacci sequence, and prime numbers. Now let's listen to that recording again. I promise I'm not listening to I'm not reading a walkthrough.
Note to self. Remember, the perfect bouquet consists of 3 red roses, a blue violet, and 2 yellow tulips.
3 red, 1 blue, 2 purple. Oh, that's red. Well.
That combination...
I'll ask Grandma about it, but I'm pretty sure that that book holds the key to the briefcase combination, and the dictaphone is the code. The cipher.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your mind?
I found a locked...
Oh, that old thing? Joseph said there were just some old boring Air Force papers in there.
If that was the case, why use an intricate combination lock?
That's a very good question, dear.
I found this book in the attic.
Oh, yes. I bought it for Joseph's birthday once. He was always fascinated by numbers.
He was a man of science. Hey, Grandma, do you recognize this tape recorder?
Oh, yes, Mr. Dicto. He could be absent-minded at times. It helped him remember things.
I got the dictaphone already. Well, gotta go.
Bye, Ken.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna involve the book. I've just gotta figure out how they work together.
Note to self. Remember, the perfect bouquet consists of 3 red roses, a blue violet, and 2 yellow tulips.
3 red.
Note to self. Remember, the perfect bouquet...
3 red, 1 blue, 2 yellow. 3 red, 1... So would this be 5 then? 5, 1... So do they mean to start from here? 14159. So it would be 5114159. No, it's a 6 number.
Note to self. Remember, the perfect bouquet consists of 3 red roses, a blue violet, and 2 yellow tulips. I've been working on... I just don't want her to with Shep anyway.
Like, I'm assuming that that's 5. I mean, it's 1 number from here. It's 1 number from here, right? But then it would only be 4 numbers from here. But these are all like 5 number, 5 number, 5 number, 5 number, 5 number, 5 number. They're all in like groups of 5. Well, let's just try it. 5 1 3 1 4 1.
Nope.
Wait, can I guess I can look at it from right here. That helps. So let's try 1415.
Nope.
Okay. And it said 3 red, so that's why I assume that you go to 3, which would be the 5. And then it just says a blue violet, which doesn't really, it's not evocative of anything, so I just would assume that it would be 1. And then it said 2 yellow. And, oh, that's true too. That adds up to 6, 3, 1, 2. Alright, so 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5, 1. And then there we are. Okay.
A thick yellow.
Let's take a look at that envelope.
Let's see what's... There were 2 pictures. A newspaper clipping. Looks overexposed. I can't make... There's probably some way to enhance... Grandpa in uniform with 2 other men. Something is handwritten on the back. Flight training. McConnell Air Force Base, 1941. Tragic drowning in Conwell Springs. In early morning on Sunday the 14th, a teenage girl found dead near Conwell Lake. The girl is survived by her mother, father, and younger brother. The notice is dated July 15th. Tragic story. It's a small key. I wonder what...
Okay. Well, I haven't... There's nothing locked that's up here. Oh,
Mr.
teddy bear.
Good idea.
Alright. It may not be anything in this house that it goes to.
Oh.
Mind if we...
Not at
Can you tell me anything about McConnell Air Force Base?
It's not very far from Conwell Springs. Joseph was stationed there for some time during the war. I believe they're still training young pilots there today.
So, when did Grandpa enlist in the Air Force?
Oh, it was barely past the honeymoon when Joseph left to fight in that terrible war, together with his best friend Charles and my brother Andrew. Those were nerve-wracking years. I was so worried I thought I would burst. Every short visit from Joseph was a joy. But he kept going back to the front. When I told Joseph about being pregnant with your father, he finally realized that enough was enough. Shortly thereafter, he returned to a quiet farmer's life in this very house.
Do you know anything about a young girl drowning around here?
Oh, yes. It was the saddest thing. She was only 16. We never really knew the family. They preferred to keep to themselves.
Do you remember the name of the girl or her family?
Awfully sorry.
That's okay, Grandma. I was just wondering why Grandpa would have wanted to save this.
Joseph was always affected by the tragedy of others. Perhaps he wanted to do something for the family. In any case, he didn't speak to me about it.
Do you recognize this key, Grandma? I found it in the attic.
I'm afraid not.
Do you know any...
Not much. We never really...
Do you remember...
I'm off.
That's quite all right, Grandma.
Joseph was old in any...
Okay. Look at this photo I found.
Goodness. This was taken when Joseph was stationed at McConnell Air Force Base. That's him, right there on the left.
What about the other two?
I don't remember the name of the smiling man in the back. The gentleman on the right was Joseph's best friend, Charles Wade.
What can you tell me about Charles Wade?
Well, I do know he has made quite a name for himself since he and Joseph went to war together. Apparently, he came up with some brilliant piece of engineering for the airplanes. They use it everywhere now.
Any idea how to get in touch with him?
I'm afraid not, dear. I haven't seen him for years. He and Joseph grew apart before you were born.
Any particular reason for that?
Oh, not that I know of.
Grams, can you tell me anything about this picture?
It looks awfully bright.
Yeah, maybe. I should try to figure something out tomorrow at the university. I don't think we...
Okay.
Bye, Grandma.
So long.
Probably time to go back to the university, I would assume. Oh, apparently not.
Nice black lip. Nice black... A mere single pair of... This paint looks fresh. Cute red horse. An old wheelchair. It was a joke. I wonder why Grandpa ended...
Let's see if he's in the phone book.
Damn, no Charles Wade in here. Was worth a shot, but being rich and famous and all, I guess he's got a hidden number. No hit for Wade Industries either. But it was kind of a long shot for them to have an office in this small county anyway. I should try to get a hold of him some other way. No result. Alright, got it. No result.
Oh yeah, 555 area code. The official fake area code of all media.
How can I help you?
Hi. I was just wondering if you had time to answer a few questions.
Sure thing, ma'am. Ask away.
What can you tell me about McConnell Air Force Base?
This is one of the oldest Air Force bases in the U.S., established during World War I. The main purpose of it is to train fighter pilots. The McConnell Flight School is well-renowned all around the country. In the late 80s, the school started accepting a limited number of civilian applicants due to the high demand. Some of the most famous dogfighters in U.S. history, such as Ethan Fireball Jenkins, Joseph Vigilante Rain, and Brett Savior Myers.
Brett Myers, the pitcher.
Charles Wade, the great industrialist, did too. Some claim that many of his revolutionary ideas came from the former chief mechanic here, the late Niles Bloom.
Interesting. I don't see a... Do you know anything about what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
I know that he was no longer stationed here at the base at that time, but as a Conwell Springs citizen, sure, I've heard the rumors just like everybody else. How he was found by the sheriff all messed up, walking out of the woods with some kind of unexplained brain damage.
Any theory as to what he was doing out there?
I'm afraid not, ma'am. But I'm positive that it had nothing to do with this base or our operations here.
Okay, what can you tell me about his service at McConnell?
Well, Joseph Rain is a legend around here. Pile of metals weighs more than my car. I was fortunate enough to meet him before he suffered his injury, and I must say, what an inspiring man. I'm positive that he would have made general if he'd stuck around.
Any idea of why he quit? He looks so happy in the pictures from the war.
Oh, your family, ma'am?
Granddaughter.
Well, then I'm sorry for your loss. I heard about his recent passing.
Appreciate it, buddy. So, about him quitting.
I shouldn't speak ill of the dead, but some say the war broke him. PTSD. Me? I don't think so. When I met him, he had this aura about him, like he wasn't afraid of anything. Maybe it was his guilt. He ended a lot of lives, but that's just me speculating.
Gotcha. Thanks for the thoughts. I'm trying to get a hold of Charles Wade. Would you happen to know how to reach him?
I'm sorry, ma'am, but Charles Wade is a public figure. He has explicitly asked us not to provide his contact details to anyone.
Is there any way you could make an exception?
Oh, can do. I can't really help you out unless you have some sort of official business.
But what if it was a...
Ma'am, if you're in a life-threatening...
All right, that...
Goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be that simple. All right, well, come on back for the next episode of Kathy Rain and watch a detective be born.